Thank you, Pali. Now, Chuma Maweni is considered the master of hand-thrown or handcrafted ceramics. His distinctive approach combines contemporary hand-coiled shapes marked with precisely patterned incisions. Now, the award-winning ceramicist from rural Transkei has created some of the most exquisitely crafted ceramic vessels and furniture in the country and continues to break new grounds in the world of ceramics. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So wonderful having you here. You are so absolutely talented. Your work is really beautiful. I can see why you've won all the awards that you have. It must be such a nice feeling to get, like, you've literally won like every award almost. I was looking at the list, it was like a full page. Well done.
Thank you.
So I've had the privilege to be able to go to Mthatha in Transkei a couple of times, and it's just one of the most natural, beautiful places on earth. So growing up there must have been deeply inspiring. What was your childhood like?
Well, my childhood was, I grew up in Port Elizabeth first, the first 10 years of my life. And my dad decided that we need to go to Transkei due to the riots that were happening during the time. This is 1986. And so getting there, friends of mine, or my cousins also, they taught me how to make like your clay bowls next to the riverbanks, which was actually nice. And this was the first time that I've touched ceramics ever. And so I've learned that technique from that time, and then continued, when I got to tertiary education, which was in Port Elizabeth at the Nelson Mandela Metropolitan University, pre-technical at the time. So yeah, the work that I've done has been influenced by Transkei, or by me growing in the Transkei a bit. And so I'm combining now traditional ceramics together with contemporary ceramics, contemporary times that we live in. So I don't have to do now all the things that were done exactly the way they were done back in the day. And so the influence from Transkei does show a bit.
So it's the old influences with just a more modern technique?
Yes.
Amazing. Did you always know your whole life that you wanted to be an artist, or was there were you thinking of becoming an accountant or a lawyer? Or was just this your only path?
Well, it started from wanting to become a doctor, because my dad wanted me to be a doctor, which I also liked.
Everybody's parents want them to be doctors.
And but then when I got to matric, at some point I wanted to become a pilot.
Really?
And well, I kind of qualified because of my height, which was good. But my brother now, my older brother, reminded me that, Chuma, you are actually able to draw. You've been drawing the rest of your life and doing stuff with your hands a bit. So why don't you look into art and design? So we looked, and he said, maybe graphic design would do. So my mind now was in graphic design. Way from doctor to graphic design. Then when I get to school now at the Nelson Mandela, we did the foundation studies, which encompassed almost every aspect of art and design. That included now, not photography, textile a little bit, ceramic design. And
you cross all mediums? So
almost
you
all
paint,
mediums,
you draw, you everything.
Sculpture,
wow, that is incredible.
Some stained glass. And so my lecturers thought that, okay, Chuma, you are doing much better in ceramics. And now in graphic design, was it your favorite medium, though?
Or was it just the one that they said you were the best at?
Well, it kind of became my favorite, but still I wanted to do graphics. But then they didn't, I wasn't accepted to do graphics now.
Can't you incorporate both of them in the work that you do now?
Sometimes I do, yes.
Amazing.
Because all the geometric shapes that I do, it's slightly part of ceramics. But even though the geometrics are already, also in our closer traditions. And everything that we,
And is everything done by hand, like almost like in Ghost with Patrick Swayze? So you do sit around one of those foot things with the clay, and then, like that. That is incredible. How do you get those lines so straight?
Well, at that point, you actually, it's tanning. There's a tool called a tanning tool, which is sharp. It's a metal tool.
Yeah.
So you spin your wheel,
yeah.
and then you just hold it steadily
in the same place,
and then you get the lines.
You see, mine would go like that.
Now, over time, you get to actually master that. It doesn't come just over 1 week of...
Well, to master something is, what, 15,000 hours, I think they say, to become a master. So, I mean, how much time a day, or how long would it take, I suppose, to create one of those Ottoman stools, for example?
One of them, well, they take me a week.
Yeah.
I would make 3 at a time for just 1 week. It's throwing, which is very wet.
Yeah.
Leave it to dry a bit, one day, 2 days, and about 2 days or so. And when it's nice and leather hard, now it's almost stable to stand, and then you start tanning. After you've tanned, because now these are thrown in different sections, then I combine the sections together to create now a whole stool.
Yeah.
So after a week, I'll be done with everything, carving included, and let it dry for another 2 weeks, 3 weeks, depending on the weather. If it's cold like now it is, it will take longer, 3 weeks, depending. And then once it's completely dry, you start considering firing now into a kiln. So you've got these kilns, people would say ovens, but they're not ovens, they are called kilns, K-I-L-N. And you fire it there, the first firing, which is... so the first firing is like 1,000 degrees just to harden it.
Wow.
And then it comes out, I paint it with the black paint, and then put it back again for 1,200 degrees, which is a higher firing to make it stable and stronger so that you are able to sit on it without
because it's all usable.
To break. Yeah, it is
and
usable.
Then after that, is that when you start the etching?
No. The etching happens way before. Yes.
Will you show me actually how you do it?
Yeah.
Can we go across? Because I find this so beautiful. So this is before it's put in the kiln?
This is before, yes. So it's quite wet and soft and cold. Yeah.
Wow. You know, I was reading an article this morning that somebody wrote for The New Yorker, like the magazine overseas. The article was, why is art so expensive? And they said, because the work and the genius that goes into every little detail is what, I mean, it's like, priceless.
I would say it's all the time, and you putting yourself, your mind, your heart, and your body to create this craft, art, and design item.
It's a beautiful form of connecting your heart to your mind and your soul. Can you show me how you do it? Would you mind?
All right. So this is just a tool that I'm just going to use for carving all the textures that you see over here. So it would go like that.
Oh, like this must put you in such a good mood. Like, do you just sit in an afternoon and then just feel goodness out of your heart?
Yes.
Just feeling at peace, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost grounding, and yet you're actually touching ground, so you are grounded once you get to work with with clay, and
So that means you've got no stress in your life.
No, there is. You know, when a huge item like this cracks in that kiln, or cracks even during the drying process, then you're almost like, why did I even choose this career? Why did I even get into this field? And also,
don't be so hard on yourself. You're amazing.
So you just need to keep calm and be patient also, and not rush to finishing things. So this would probably take me about 45 minutes to do the whole thing all around. So
Thank you so much for sharing your art with us. It's an
absolute
gift.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
So beautiful.